We're all here.
Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live on Thursday, the 17th of August 23. And it's a three-way tonight. We've got myself, Paul, and we've got Liz.
Liz in the middle.
Looking very relaxed.
Let's keep this clean. Anyway, so yes.
So we've got potential, I'm going to probably say at the moment, might be the correct word, for stormage tomorrow, Friday.
Yes.
I think what I'll do straight away is just have a look at the very latest in the latest radar. Then we'll move on to
I've got the warnings for tomorrow, and then I can jump it over to Liz then.
Yeah, no problem. And we just should be still on the screen. So let me just take us off the screen there, put that on full screen. Good evening to you all, by the way. Please leave a comment in the comments. Where else would you leave it?
I don't know. In a post box.
If you're commenting from Facebook, don't forget to put your name.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So here's the latest radar and light detector across Europe at the moment. And you probably hear the pinging, clicking away, which is mostly over Germany at the moment. Seems to be quite a few storms, especially around Leipzig, around that area there.
Leipzig.
Leipzig. I don't know.
Leipzig.
Seems like a nice cell there, actually.
Yeah, that one up by Leipzig, and there's one there just to the east of where Nuremberg, sorry. And
just on the Czech border looks nice as well.
You've got a Czech border?
Yeah, around just to the west of Prague.
And hello, that seems like it's a nice little supercell there. Probably doesn't mean it is. I just say anything. That's just a singular cell, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's over the mountains, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
In elevated.
That's probably your anvil just there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's coming off the Alps. No, not the Alps. The
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees
are over here. Over to the left.
I thought the Pyrenees was these.
Yeah, the Pyrenees are there across the middle, aren't they? Yeah. So yeah, it's the Alps.
I thought Pyrenees separates France and Spain.
Oh, it's a long day, guys.
The mountains between Italy and Switzerland.
Yeah.
So here's the latest across the UK at the moment, and it's virtually quiet, really. There's a few showers up in Scotland and patchy bits and bobs of rain over Ireland. But the cells popped up in the last couple of hours or so, just off the French coast, just clipped Jersey. So let's run through the radar over the last hour or so. These are gradually moved towards the north. Let's see what happens when it crosses the channel.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm interested in for early hours tomorrow. For my first chase, see what happens with that lot. Because that's on the shortwave trough that's coming across us.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the one that's got the warning as well.
Yes.
I'll just jump that up, Michael. I'll just bring the warning up and then.
That's that trough that Liz just mentioned there, just off the French coast there. So that's 6 p.m. tonight.
Yep. So I'll just bring the thunderstorm warning and then I'll pass it over to
Liz.
Cool. There we go. So yes, we've got a thunderstorm warning, as Michael and Liz were just mentioning. Going to be quite lively, to say the least, but it's not going to really go too much further north than the Midlands, which we will look at in a minute. It says to expect localised disruption on Friday morning, obviously through, the rush hour, so to speak, and into the afternoon. Good chance strong conditions will be affected by spray standing water, leading to longer journey times by car and bus. There is a chance of flooding of a few homes and businesses, leading to some damage to buildings and structures, or structures even. There's chance of some damage to a few buildings and structures from lightning strikes, as well as short-term loss of power and delays to trains are also possible, and that's not down to the people striking. So yeah, it says a line of thunderstorms are expected to develop during Friday morning and move gradually northeast before weakening into the afternoon. While most places will see a short period of heavy rain, a few places may see 30 to 40 millimeters of rain in less than 2 hours. In addition to heavy rain, some thunderstorms may produce frequent lightning. And as you can see there, quite likely with a medium impact. Yeah, medium likelihood, low impact. And the areas affected, I'll just bring them up. So you've got Northamptonshire, some of the east of England areas like Bedfordshire, Essex, Hertfordshire, Luton, Southend and Thurrock. London areas and southeast, good part. I'm not going to read all them. I'll just leave them on the screen if you want to pause that later on. And there's the southwest and the Midlands as well. So they will make it as far as probably Wolverhampton, Lichfield, maybe it's across as far as Tamworth, even where Michael is. And
yeah, I wouldn't say any further north than the Peak District.
No, they look to get knocked out. So I'm going to stop sharing this. And do you want to bring Liz in, Michael?
Yeah.
There we go. So that's me. Liz, over to you.
I shall show you the UKV. I would actually potentially take that warning further west into parts of Dorset, across the Chase, Cranbourne Chase, into Devon potentially. So I've started it off at 1 o'clock Friday morning. This is the remnants on the south coast you can see of what is over the Cannon and Jersey area at the moment. If I just wind that on a little bit, you can see they start sparking into fairly substantial showers at this point. This is the precipitation rate. So this is as quick as it's falling. So the heavier it is, the more likely it is to be convective and thunderstorms. So what I'm looking for as a chaser is the white dots in the middle of the cells. Moving on to 3 a.m. across the Severn estuary, there's quite a line developing there of quite sharp showers into South Wales, and across towards Gloucester way, Hereford and Gloucester. Moving forwards, they disperse a little bit and then they get more widespread. And then 7 a.m., which is where the warning starts coming in, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., you can see right over the Severn estuary, there's a really, really good cluster all the way down to the Isle of Wight and Portsmouth down on the south coast. This is the line I'm interested in. This is what I'm hoping to get into position for overnight. The band then becomes very organised, moving up 9 o'clock. So right into the rush hour, there's a really sharp band of showers. Potentially some of those will be heavy. Proper squall line. Looking at the precipitation rate, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sharp downdrafts coming off that as well. So straight line wind gusts. There's absolutely nothing twisty about it. There's no shear. There's very, very little cape. So it's all going to be on the temperature boundary, which is going to be forcing these showers upwards and making them thundery. Then it starts to dissolve a little bit. And then by midday, you've got the remnants over central England, really.
So it's a bit unusual. Normally, you expect thunderstorms late afternoon, evening time, but this is actually reverse, where you get them like early morning into mid morning. Yeah,
I mean, we're looking at the potential thunderstorms potentially starting at 3 a.m. That one down here that I'm hovering my cursor over if you can see it. That's the one I'm thinking potentially is going to be the first one that fires over the British Isles. It then dissipates fairly quickly. Moving it onwards, here is when I'm expecting them to be fairly big and meaty. We haven't had any surface warming, but then we have had quite warm nights and warm days, and the humidity is there. So even though the Cape and the LI aren't very high, if there's a significant temperature boundary, so behind this line, if the temperature drops maybe 10, 15 degrees, just the boundary will produce some fairly large thunderstorms, simply because cold air is pushing underneath the warm air and it's pushing it upwards. Or if it's going over the top, which usually happens on a shortwave trough, the warm air is trying to force its way through, and it's that boundary, which this is quite clearly a boundary, which is why it's a really discrete line. That's what's going to produce the squally showers. We'll see if it actually does produce anything convective or anything thundery. But looking at the precipitation rate, they're going to be sharp showers, even if they're short, sharp showers, and that tends to indicate thunderstorms to me. If I move this through, so we're going through the day. Friday, this is the main curl of the low. And we've just got the start over Ireland. There's fairly heavy rain, just starting to get what looks like thunderstorms developing on the front edge, and just pulling in the convective lift in from the continent down over London, down to the south coast.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be my second target. So heading for potentially Peterborough. This curl here is quite a substantial line of very, very heavy rain. Looking at the core on that, develops even further over Norfolk. So that will be because it's pulling the warm air off the continent, which has got a lot of cape. And then it's at this point there is a little bit of cape and LI showing on the GFS. So that disappears out into the North Sea into Saturday morning. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Met Office didn't issue another thunderstorm warning, potentially from maybe, I don't know, midnight to 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Just over the southeast.
Yeah, I know they mentioned it in the, was it in the 10-day trend? That
Yeah.
they were mentioning across the eastern areas, and they basically said all along the east, anywhere east of the Pennines. But
Yeah.
this looks more.
There is a little bit on this leading edge as well, but the main
we're discussing that. Yeah.
The main lift, I think, is going to be pulled off the continent, which has got all the cape and LI. So
yeah, but as we know, that could shift more west, it could shift more east. You know, we'll see in the further runs tomorrow.
Anywhere on that line of that curl could potentially,
on that axis,
if it happens to bring. I mean, even this centre of the low pressure here, there's some fairly meaty strikes showing up there.
Yeah,
that could develop further. If this is all clear of cloud and you get the diurnal warming, because this is 4 a.m, so you could potentially get warming, which will pop this bit up over Wales and then into Liverpool, Manchester, up to the west. So yeah, if you look at the GFS, on the other hand, this is going into Friday early hours. They're really underplaying that, and that's not even very heavy rain.
No.
That red echo just to the southwest of Birmingham, over the Staffordshire Moorlands, up into North Wales.
So it's not on the screen.
Oh, hang on.
Tabs. I've done that many a time.
Sorry.
Oh.
Now we're all on. Hello, everybody.
Just a couple of comments, by the way. One saying, Eden Michael, is Bognor Regis getting any thunderstorms this weekend?
maybe
I think
tomorrow.
probably just might be on that risk, aren't they?
Yeah, on that original risk, the yellow
The
warning.
first line, yeah.
Yeah.
First line that's coming in early hours.
But there is a risk.
Mm-hmm.
And also a message there from Andy as well.
North Lincolnshire. Yeah, again, that's going to be the second line. That's going to be the main line, the main curl on the low. So the second wave coming through from about maybe 3-4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
I'd say Andy will see them more to his east, out towards the sea. So with that big cluster coming out of East Anglia that you was on about, maybe chasing tomorrow, you will see them quite elevated tomorrow. So even from Scunthorpe, you will probably see them out at sea.
I think anything thundery tomorrow and tonight is going to be quite elevated.
Yeah, they'll be quite high.
Just because they're going to be forced up because of the boundary.
Yeah.
The temperature boundary.
Yeah, so they're going to be big queues, right up there, up to 30,000, 40,000 feet.
If not bigger. I mean, I should be keeping an eye on the if you look on Sat 24, you see the cloud tops on that quite nicely, and the one over Jersey is quite big already. And yeah, it's going to cool down as it comes over the channel, but the channel's quite warm at the moment, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, do you want to do the GFS?
Yes. There we go. Right.
Share the screen.
So have I not shared it? I thought I had.
That's all right. You're on the screen now.
You're on now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, take it back to this is the first line. So this is 6 a.m. So it goes from raining a little bit to raining a little bit harder, but not particularly heavy rain over the Staffordshire Moorlands up into North Wales. That's not particularly sharp showers, and I wouldn't be looking at that being thundery unless, like I say, I hadn't seen the UKV, which is what I'd just shown you. So the GFS is really downplaying it, and that is the only one over Cardiff that I'd be looking at potential for 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, which is completely different to what the UKV is predicting, because they're predicting it across London side, not over the west. So there is a lot of discrepancy in the charts. Midnight Saturday,
coming through.
It's all over the west. It's moving quite quickly, but it's coming through later than expected. It was supposed to be pretty much hot on the heels of the other one.
Yeah.
But to be honest, because it isn't, and there's a gap in between with potential surface warming, means that there is more potential on the second line, on the main low pressure, for a bit more convective activity. If it had come through straight away, the energy, any energy that was in the atmosphere will have gone. But you can see the GFS is making absolutely nothing of it in East Anglia and Norfolk.
No,
and
it's throwing it more towards the centre of the low, isn't it?
Yeah. And then there's nothing behind it on that curl of the low, which is what I picked up on the UKV. So
yeah, the UKV is more up to date as well. That's the 15Z run. This is that 12Z. Still got to wait for the pub run to come out, which is about next couple of hours.
The Met Office was saying earlier on that their model was different compared to other computer models. They were getting it more intense, wasn't they?
Yeah, but basically what the Met Office do to make their forecast is they look at everything all together, and then they also look at the pressure charts, which the models don't really take into account the temperature boundary. The UKV is the only one that's really showing it as a really sharp boundary, and it's only because we've seen the shortwave trough on the pressure charts that we know why that boundary is so sharp, and there is going to be a big temperature differential on that boundary, which does produce big thunderstorms. So that'll be why the Met Office have issued the thunderstorm warning, and not for the second wave, because there isn't quite so much of a temperature differentiation between what's already come through, and as the low pressure system comes through, there isn't that sharp boundary.
I think they're going to see what the shortwave trough does first.
Yeah.
And see how far up that gets as to whether what the what's it call it? How big the area is going to be for tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because the first line I think is going to work over the west.
Yeah.
That's why I'm heading east for the second wave.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be pulling off the warm air from the continent across the channel, because there is a lot of Cape over there. They're up to, I think, a couple of thousand, maybe 3,000 Cape kilojoules just over the channel. Plus, the air's not going to be worked over quite so much, and they're not going to get quite as many sharp showers, so the temperature isn't going to have dropped quite so much tomorrow on the eastern side. Whereas over on the western side, the temperature is going to drop really drastically as the first wave comes through.
Yeah.
And then it's not going to rise again.
Yeah.
Whereas on the east, it's not going to have that sharp drop as the first wave come through.
Yeah, because we're not expecting anything in terms of precipitation until late tomorrow here. And it's supposed to, well, I'll have a quick look at my phone now. I mean, I'm near Leeds. So look at the weather.
It was about 9 o'clock that we saw those few little bubbles up on the on the UKV, on the front edge of that curl as it comes up round.
So it's saying a little bit of rain first during the afternoon, but I don't think that'll happen. This is on BBC One. So look on the actual app on the phone. It's saying 55% chance of rain, and the rain won't be until late, but it's not going to get high. It's going to be about 18 degrees.
Yeah.
But cloudy all day. So whether that cloud breaks up and gives that, that warm
bit of heating.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it will also depend on how well that first shortwave trough goes up, how much energy it gets, and how further up it goes. Yeah. Whether it comes into the Midlands, because that will then also include heating for the evening storms as well, won't it?
I think it's going to get as far as the Pennines, but I think the Pennines are going to cut it off. I don't, like you said, I don't think it's going to get much further north than Lichfield.
I don't think it'll go much further north, like Michael said, maybe the Peak District.
I don't think it's going to get that far. I think Lichfield is about the boundary. It'll die. I think we've said before, Cannock and Wolverhampton tend to pop things up again. Yeah. I think that's just going to keep it going a little bit. But once it gets to Lichfield, I think it's just going to die.
Heat island.
Yeah.
Effect. Yeah, that could do that.
But I think that's just going to keep it going, and then it's going to die. Yeah.
Well, it looked up to me a few, was it about a month ago, where I had that. We was watching the thunderstorms coming up the Midlands, and all of a sudden that one popped up right over the top of me, and the line just went bang right over the top of me, where that circulation actually right above me. I don't know if you remember seeing that clip where literally in my garden, seeing it literally rotating the whole cloud base.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that tomorrow though.
No. Otherwise, that person said about Bognor Regis, it's on the screen here. He says, "I'm supposed to be helping out put some aerials up and thunderous forecast. Typical."
That's Mark Blocks on Facebook.
Yep, he's a fellow ham.
Yeah,
he's another ham radio person.
Wear your rubber welly boots.
Yeah,
like Don King.
Yes, Mark. I would not be going anywhere near any antennas tomorrow. Oops.
Unless you're a Teletubby.
Yes, of course. Just bear with me. I think I've got to put my my screen's gone dead. Oh, there we go. I'm back. There we go. My charger.
Mention about the satellite imagery. This is the latest from Sat24. Oh, I thought it disappeared.
No.
Oh, sorry. Went quiet then.
We were all concentrating.
Yeah.
I was looking at Germany.
Yeah, there's some big clouds there, isn't there?
Let's see if I can
no
see
aerial work. I wouldn't even risk it tomorrow at going at any kind of elevation.
I've just noticed that actually, looking at that cell towards just off near Jersey, he seems to be heading more eastwards. Looking at that.
Yeah.
It's gonna pivot though. The center of that low is
Why can I hear Ross from Friends when you say pivot?
pivot. Yeah, the center of the low is actually in the Bay of Biscay at the moment.
Yeah, you can see it there. That's
There, that's it.
that's the
and
secondary low in it.
that's the pivot point. So
as you
as
can
soon as
see.
that gets round, they're going to then start heading north and northwest. So
you've got the parent low up there to the northwest, where
by
Michael is
Iceland,
now.
yeah.
Then you've got that secondary low.
Which seems to be developing really now, isn't it?
And then you got that secondary low, and then you've got the sister low just coming in off the left-hand side as well. So you got
and the gap in the middle is the high pressure lump, which is why I think they're going to get the nice cape in Norfolk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, have you seen that cell actually in North Africa, right at the bottom of the screen here?
Yes. Yeah, that's quite big. There's one up in Russia as well, if you look top right of the screen.
Yeah, up over probably Russia, isn't it?
That's Russia, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some beefy storms there, like that col in the middle.
Yeah, they've had some good ones this year on the continent. They had a big one in Germany. I saw video of the underground stations flooding.
Blimey.
Because the water was all running down the escalators.
Watching that one in Italy there's one in Italy, it streaks.
Yeah.
See it there, look, it looks like a explosion.
Yeah.
And they just go as the other one comes in over Monaco.
Oh yeah, I think we looked at that a short time ago.
Yeah, it's just that one. But yeah, you can see that there's a really defined layer into there on that boundary that's coming in for tonight.
Yeah.
Especially that bulge there, look. That's backwards facing.
Yeah. That's going to be the driver of anything
if it's
anything that's going to go pop.
I was going to say, if it was forward facing, it'd be different. You know what I mean? The wouldn't throw itself out, but because it's backwards facing, it's probably lifting into it.
It's bow echo type.
Yeah, but it's like a reverse bow echo. Yeah.
Well, it's bowing out to the northeast.
Yeah.
So it is pushing northeast. So it is proper bow echoing like you get in the planes in America. Yeah, good call, Mark. Yeah, I wouldn't take any chances tomorrow either. He said I've been hurt by lightning before, not taking any chances.
Yeah, he's in Morecambe.
Yeah.
I can't remember his call sign, but yeah. Whatever.
The SFX this is from today, so that's the area which surprised me because I thought it might be some towards maybe our neck of the woods because I think it goes to 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was expecting that moving a bit more westwards.
Yeah, I would expect.
Obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, they update for tomorrow.
Yeah,
perhaps tonight for tomorrow.
But
SFX is not when they feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a look on Toro now just to see if it's been issued. But doesn't look like it.
SFX isn't as good as it used to be. It don't seem to update as often as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Though the UK side of SFX kind of went on holiday, didn't they?
They came back.
I don't think they've come back now, to be honest. Because this is the European arm. I haven't seen anything from the UK arm.
Nah, everything seems to have really died off when it comes to storms in this country now, hasn't it?
It's because we haven't had any good ones.
I know.
Everybody's got bored and given up.
2-3 years, have we?
SFX was still going, and then NetWeather were doing convective forecasts.
Yes,
and then there was the
Fenisters then.
Yeah, but they've seemed to have stopped recently. I haven't seen anything from them since June.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been so crap.
Yeah.
They've been putting storm forecasts up, but not convective.
Yeah, there's been.
I would expect convective tomorrow, though, or even now. I haven't even had a look on NetWeather, but
no, there isn't anything because it's in there's something in the forum, but the last convective forecast was issued in the forum on the 1st of August.
All right.
So yeah, there's been nothing put out because they used to put it out on convective weather on Facebook, didn't they?
Oh,
And nothing's come out recently.
rightio. Apparently, there's been a report of a bit of a stringed twister around Ilkley on Wednesday. Just having a look
Really?
on. Yeah, I'm just having a look on the Toro forum. I'll just send a screenshot over on the group.
Because there's been no bulk shear or
No,
helicity or anything.
nothing at all. It's just yeah. Right, let me just put it on the group, and then you can see. It's a radio amateur that's done it because he's been doing SOTA summits on the air, and they posted it up. I'll just put that on the group now. There we go.
I'm just looking at the net weather predictive radar.
Yeah.
They've got up to midnight now, and
Ooh.
over Isle of Wight doesn't look corey or convective.
Yeah, I won't take what that predictive does as gospel, to be fair. I've gone by it before and it's let me down. It's just basically it just runs it on.
The UKV shows that what I'm aiming for is a bubble up ahead of the line, and then that becomes the main line. So
it's like the initiating.
Yeah, I'm kind of, it kind of jumps forwards almost from what's coming across from the continent. But yeah, it's only sort of a couple of hours away, so I've got nothing to lose. I shall be kicking myself if I don't go.
Yeah,
and then it all kicks off.
And it all kicks off and nothing happens. But yeah, I'm 50-50, maybe 70-30, thinking it might go bust tomorrow. I've been saying this obviously. I'll let you take over, Mike. Who's broadcasting you? I like you, Michael. Yeah, go ahead, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I was having a little nosy actually at the UK storm risk percentage.
I had a look at that earlier, actually.
Yeah, I looked at it and went, "Pho."
Yeah.
You know what? I looked at the one coming over my neck of the woods. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, but that is negligible.
Yeah, it's like 30-40%.
It's this.
But then
this
it does.
here from
this is
Norfolk.
a different one.
Yeah, this is the Norfolk.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all that.
The second wave coming out of the continent, pulling it over the channel.
Yeah. There's all that there, and then it just emerges.
Yeah, if you just go back a couple, Michael. Sorry,
it's all right.
If you stop, keep going. There. That's 9 p.m. So that's when the main low, first edge of that main low is going to be hitting.
Yeah.
That's the center of the low over the Irish Sea.
Yeah.
But then there's this band around the low, which is the one that's going to be across Norfolk around this time. If you just want to pop it on a couple of frames, Michael, you'll see that it does pull it across from the continent.
Pulls it into the front.
East Anglia. Yeah. So that's what I'm aiming for tomorrow. That will be my second target in Lincolnshire, Norfolk, probably Cromer, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a danger noodle. Sorry, I was just looking at you.
Like I said, with that ahead of the front stuff, like I said, I'm going to look at the 3 o'clock run tomorrow, and then see if it's still giving anything. Because obviously, GFS is throwing it further west, UKV is throwing it further east.
Yeah, GFS is really playing it down. But I mean, you know what GFS stands for, don't you? The Global Fairy Story.
Yeah. But it'll also be interesting to see what the arpege and the aroma are saying as well.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the SKUT anyway for London, West Midlands even. Actually, a good call.
Nah.
Is that any good? I'm still
No.
need to learn about SKUTs.
No.
No, because there's a lot of bubbles down bottom end.
You need surface separation. So along the x-axis, you need quite a large separation between the two lines down that side. Then it coming
right
together and then getting wide and then coming together, and that gives you the shear. If you look at the box on the top right where it says knots, you want it to be almost coming back on itself, so almost like a little spiral.
Yeah, it's going ahead into it.
Yeah,
the wind is like southwesterly, but the bulge is going out to the northwest, isn't it?
Yeah, you need it in the with a southwest, well, a northwesterly wind. You need it in the southwesterly quadrant to get your surface shear.
Because if you look at the wind bars on the right hand side, they actually turn very quickly.
That's as the low comes through.
Yeah, you can see it right there, up to about 5,000 feet, maybe 10,000, and then they automatically just turn.
Yeah.
To the east.
Yeah.
That's midnight.
Yeah, there isn't. They're not going to be doing anything. If we do get storms, they're just going to be storms. They're not going to be mesocyclones or anything. I don't think there's going to be. They're going to be elevated storms as well, because they're on a temperature differential. I don't think there's going to be anything swirly about them.
No,
they're just going to be
bog standard storms.
They're just going to be wet and potentially flashy.
Soggy.
If we're lucky. Yes, very, very soggy looking at the UKV. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything twirly about them.
Is anything further south? Let's have a look at Cardiff, actually.
Yeah, might be about.
That's 6 o'clock tonight. That's midnight. Let's have a look at midnight and.
Nah.
That's why I decided against a viewpoint looking over because I was half thinking about going overlooking the Severn Estuary in case there was some water spouts.
What's going on with that?
That's what you want to, kind of want to see.
Except you want a big separation at the bottom for the surface shear.
Yeah.
You've got no shear on that at all.
It breaks off around about 40,000 feet, something like that.
That's where the elevated storms are coming in. There's nothing special about that, which is why I'm thinking I should be going down into Dorset and Herefordshire rather than messing around on the Severn Estuary, because it doesn't take much to get them to spin up on the Severn Estuary because you've got the wind funneling effect anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any point me. Oh, that one looks a bit more interesting.
That's London for midnight.
Midnight tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, that could be that cluster coming out of France. That's causing that. Or just it might cause something.
But there's no precip forecast.
You never know.
That's 6 o'clock tonight. Well, it's now, so actually there's no point looking at that. It's gone. That's 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's more interesting.
Yes. When's that for? 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Be interesting to see midnight Saturday. Have you got? Can you get?
Sorry.
Can you get midnight Saturday? There we go. Nah, again it's gone. Because that's when the main low pressure's coming through, where there is chance of storms London way.
I'll say there's a rogue lightning strike just to the southeast of London, somewhere over, just to the north of Hastings. It's just come up on the net weather radar.
Ah, yeah, that's the that line jumping, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that line now there is starting to form, but it's lost all its lightning. But just say to the southwest of Canterbury, just near Hastings, there's a rogue lightning strike that's happened on the net weather radar.
It's not showing on Blitz.
No, it might just be a bit of spherics. I don't know,
but yeah, it's not showing up on my lightning tracker either.
Screenshot.
No.
I'll screenshot it to our group chat. Bear with.
I think that's just a rogue.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing on radar over there either.
No, that could be to that bit of skew T. Who knows?
No, there's absolutely nothing on.
I'm watching that one with intent to see how it develops. If it does go towards London and thinks it is blooming, but it's lost all its energy at the moment. There's no thundery activity in it in the last maybe half hour, 40 minutes.
But if you go back to the UKV, it's the pop-ups ahead of what's here now.
Yes.
That actually go. So
interesting to see how that goes, won't it? How this line affects what's going on ahead of it.
Well, that's what I'm aiming to be in position for.
What's your thoughts, Michael?
Sorry, say that again. Sorry.
I said, what's your thoughts?
What regarding tonight?
Yeah, because I'm looking at that line. It's starting to build nicely, but it's just seemed to have died off a little bit.
It's getting a bit more dispersed.
What, the one of the channel?
Yeah.
The channel killer storm.
But it might pop again as it goes over the coast.
Yeah, because it's got all that lift, all that
You've got the humidity as well over the land as well from today.
Yeah.
Isle of Wight tends to make things go bang.
Oh, yeah.
Because it has to
That's
go
where it's heading for as well, to be honest. It's kind of, I know that bow's starting to show on that trough now, but whether it's going to go, whether it's just going to form over the channel and head towards London or... I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking if I get down to... Where was I thinking? Round... Let's get my maps up.
Oh, actually, looks like there's been a lightning strike actually just off that cell there.
Yeah. Just as it goes over the French, over Cherbourg.
Oh yeah, there's one there, and one just pops up onto this southwestern quadrant. There it is.
Yeah, one about 10 minutes ago across Cherbourg. Does show a nice healthy white cluster on that, so it does tie in with that dark red echo on there on the net weather radar. Hello to anyone who's joined us, by the way. We are just trying to work out what's going on and maybe what's going to go on ahead tonight regarding these storms, where they're going to fire up, whether be interesting to see what people have got to say as well. So if you are watching and want to put something in the comments, maybe where you are or something like that.
Somewhere where you think I might head off to.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere where Liz could pop up and
maybe Marlborough, Salisbury, anywhere down there that's got a good view south.
Hampshire, Dorset.
Well, I'm half thinking about heading to my viewpoint over Gosport. Because
that's not bad actually. There's a good Devil's Punch Bowl and all that way.
Well, you've got the Portsdown Hill.
That's the one, Portsdown, yeah. Yeah, they overview the channel, don't they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
They were the ones I was thinking of earlier when I were on about Winchester.
Well, I did wonder why you said Winchester.
Because they go all the way along, don't they? on that
Yeah.
ridge.
Yes.
So I go from Southampton all the way past Portsmouth.
Yeah. But you can actually park up. There's a really good car parking space, and anybody who's knows the area knows the burger van. There's a really good viewpoint that looks over Gosport, over towards the Isle of Wight.
It's a tropical depression, Michael.
That's what I'm just looking at now.
We'll see. We may as well have a look at them while we're waiting for the radar to give us a bit more updated info on Noah.
Well, I'm half thinking about heading out because it'll take me 3 hours to get down to Portsmouth, so I should be down there for about midnight.
There's two there, Michael. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Go on, Liz. So you want to shoot off?
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting my stuff together and heading out somewhere.
Okay.
If somebody comes up with any decent positions to park up looking south, other than Portsdown Hill, give me a shout.
I was going to say, put a post up on the group that's just specific for you, and then people can put their things in, so you don't have to go back through all the chat on the live. Then, do you?
Well, I was hoping somebody would message me on the group chat or something, but that means you guys have to stay up all night too.
Yeah, exactly. And Gordon's gone AFK, and
yeah,
Michael's only just got Her Majesty to sleep.
Not me.
That's Michael's life. And I've only just got back from Radio Club, so I am going to be up till about maybe 12, 1 o'clock, and then.
If it's anything like the last few days, I'm probably up all night or thereabouts. So if I see
you'll be radar watching from Her Majesty's bedroom. Well, yeah,
I was in there all night last night.
But at least you'll be able to, sit there and radar watch with Her Majesty.
Yeah.
She loves it. Yeah. She's going to be a little weather woman, she is. And
she'll be storm chasing storm chasing on trains.
Yes.
And by the way, it's just two disturbances. Don't worry, that was kind of a tropical depression. It's just two disturbances. So that's something to keep an eye on for next week. We'll look at these properly on Sundays live.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is there anything? I believe there was one that's formed in the Pacific.
There's actually quite a few in the Pacific at the moment.
Yes,
I think a few of them actually dying off.
Hillary and Fernanda.
One about to hit Japan, isn't there?
Yes. I don't even know what's happened to Dora. Was that?
Oh, she fizzled out.
Has she just expired?
Yeah, she just passed on.
All right, bless her. God rest her soul.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora's Explorer.
This could be good news for California, actually, this Hurricane Hillary. That might bring some welcome rain for parts of California and Nevada. Especially when temperatures have been up into the low to mid 40s. It starts to pick up, actually, 105 mile per hour. It was about 80 when I looked a short time ago. And it's expected to blow up as it heads towards northwest.
So it's gone.
It's going up the
I'm
Baja.
still here. I've just come off camera so I can roll some cigarettes. I'm listening.
I'm smoking a fag.
I am having a fag.
Today I will be mostly smoking cigarettes.
I was thinking of Linda from Gimme Gimme Gimme.
Yes. Today I will be mostly smoking cigarettes. That's Harry Enfield.
Yeah. Yes.
Paul Whitehouse.
Yes, actually.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Just Michael, not with the pedantic side.
They were together on the comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Fast Show. Yeah. Watch it, you young'uns, if you've never watched comedy. 90s comedy at best. Hale and Pace and
very
Fast
politically
Show
incorrect.
Goodness gracious me
as well.
Mary Whitehouse Experience.
Yes.
Father Ted.
Milky.
Can't beat it. You will.
Those cows are far away. These cows are close.
When they take Father Jack on the merry-go thing.
Would you like a cup of tea there, Father?
Go on, go on, go
Go
on,
on,
go
go on,
on,
go on.
go on, go on, go on.
Do you want
It's
to
going
try
to be a
with
long
strawberry
night, isn't it,
jam and
guys?
sprouts sandwiches? With strawberry jam and sprout sandwiches. They're wonderful with a cup of tea.
Anyway, guys, welcome to Weather Fans Live. You're in even I can't say it now.
Twilight Zone.
Something like that. You are in the Twilight Zone. Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on, go on, go on, go on.
That was funny.
Nope.
Ooh, something's happened there.
Nope.
Oh, go on. A minute.
There we go.
Oh, weather.
Weather. We're back to topic.
Okay, I don't know what that's. I don't know. Yeah. So that's the forecast. That's the forecast for that. It's not even the tropical depression. I do not know why they've named it a tropical depression.
Because it's depressed. Needs some medication.
But that's interesting. If that's the track of that, and it continues to head northeast.
Yarp.
That's heading to the Bay of Biscay, isn't it?
Well, wonder what
Dolomites. Those are the mountains in Italy I was trying to think of. The Dolomites.
Dominoes.
Dolomites between Switzerland
and
like
the car that they used to make in the Midlands.
The Triumph. Triumph Dolomites, yes.
That's the one.
Yes, sorry. Carry on, Michael.
I remember them on Top Gear, actually.
Sorry, Michael, we got off topic again.
Yeah. That's all right.
Was that?
By the way, you mentioned about Japan.
Oh yes.
It's gone through Japan.
Oh yeah.
Has it? No, it's gone well past Japan.
It's going up towards
China.
North Island now. Yeah, towards the that chain of islands.
Still
yeah. 45 mile an hour still going strong. 100 mile an hour when it hit Japan over Osaka.
Yeah.
Cat 2 typhoon.
And it died quite quickly afterwards.
I say they had a lot of flooding in China as well, didn't they?
Yes. And India.
And India,
yeah. Big flood in India as well.
There we are. There's Hurricane Hillary.
That's supposed to be category 4. It's going to cause big swells across the Baja California.
Europe.
Yeah, that storm surge is going to be quite big.
Yeah.
Not very often. I was going to say, it's not very often it actually comes into California in this direction. Normally just perhaps stays out. I say the welcome rain.
I was going to say, that's heading towards LA, isn't it? Pretty head on to LA.
That's right. You can advertise what we've been having recently. Hello.
I have to say,
we've got an evening, guys. I wonder who this is.
I watched the most uninteresting American storm chase I have ever seen.
Uninteresting.
Uninteresting. They were in Arizona.
Oh wow.
So it was like, haven't we been on this road for 4 days now? And it was like, oh, there's a bit of a puffy cloud. Oh, strike of lightning. And the road is still straight and straight. And like you could see for 400 miles. So it's not exactly storm chasing because you get on the road and the storm is in front of you. But yeah, it was very, very uninteresting because they were chasing the same storm for miles and miles and miles on the dead straight road in Arizona. Yeah. No chance of tornadoes because they don't get tornadoes in Arizona. They get flash flooding, but...
Yeah, I'm just having a look down that neck of the woods while we're here.
Yeah, so there's like New Mexico's... Yeah, there's scattered thunderstorms.
Yeah.
But nothing particularly interesting like there is over Detroit at the moment.
Also a cold front there, I'm guessing.
That has derecho potential, that does.
Let's have a look at the clouds, actually. Nice and fluffy.
No, they're not very big.
Right, I think we might leave that for tonight, to be honest.
Yeah.
So let's go
I have put a post up on the group asking for suggestions between Gloucester and Portsmouth. Just keeping it nice and wide.
No comment.
Yes.
They're heading kind of east, aren't they? Kind of north and east.
Yeah, but they're going to back very suddenly, I think.
Apparently, whoever that Facebook user is, says worth watching the channel in the next 2 hours. Activities should start around 11 p.m.
Yeah, I'm not going to get down there till midnight.
Do announce yourself, please.
See.
I'm hoping it's someone that we've invited to cause mayhem in the comments, but I doubt it is.
But by the way, Liz, when I showed you my plug, I was putting it into my laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, this has gone off topic.
Yeah, I've just realised now. I've actually forgot to put the switch down on the wall.
So it's not working anyway. So there's no point using the plug.
So to be honest with you, I've had it plugged into the laptop, but I've not been charging my battery. I've just checked for how come my battery's about to die?
That's why Michael wants us to come offline now.
Jaden Brierley, worth watching
Not only have we descended into delusional chaos,
I've plugged it in now.
Because we're all tired and we're looking forward to Storm chasing for the next 2 days.
I'm not tired. I'm hyped now because I'm getting ready for a 36-hour chase.
Yeah,
with a haircut in between.
Oh, we had 5 there for a minute. We had 5. Now it's down to 3. Oh,
okay. It's because my face is on it. There we go.
Grab a radar back. But we're like in between hyped and tired. I'm looking forward to see what happens tonight and seeing how far up that goes up. But I'm like 50-50 with my last time I was in Nevada. Let me bring this one up.
Smart.
It's probably going to knock us all off anyway. I think this is Mark, yeah.
Smart blocks, yeah. I've got the Facebook up.
Curly kill. Yeah, last time I was in Nevada, they were all worrying about a huge stormy wind thing coming in. It was funny. They still sound like Mark. As when it arrived, it was just a breeze compared to Morecambe's wind. LOL. Yeah. Copy that.
Tell you what, if you haven't been to Bognor or Morecambe on a windy day, you haven't lived.
Yeah, I agree.
Blows the cobwebs out. Something rotten.
Isn't it just? So yeah, I think we're. I'm going to join Michael and call it a night as well.
Yeah.
But we will be keeping an eye on.
Just look out for further updates.
I shall be heading out in the next 10 minutes with me 9 box of cans of Monster and a full tank of petrol.
And I'm aiming to get home.
Aiming to get home for 10:45 to have my hair cut, and then I'm heading for Norfolk. So I shall be out and about.
That does sound like a heart attack. Don't drink all the cans of Monster.
She'll be like, "Woo."
Hi guys, we're here.
Bang. Too slow. Yeah, that'll be me after 9 cans of Monster.
9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and Liz will just have gone.
9 o'clock Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starfished on the bed.
Yeah.
Right.
I think after this weekend, we're going to need at least a week to recover after this. It's like,
no, hey, come on! It's been about 7-8 weeks.
I know. We're like, so much canned enjoyment.
Right, I'm off ski. Good night.
Yes.
Yeah. Night, everyone. Take care. We might be on tomorrow.
I might be live if I get anything. See ya.
Bye all.
Bye.